Now let's learn how to crochet a sunflower. It is divided into the flower core, bauble, petals, calyx, and leaves. First, let's get familiar with the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number. H plus number represents the row number. The column for stitch instructions shows the instructions for increasing or decreasing stitches in the current round, the stitch techniques used, and the situations for increasing or decreasing stitches. The total stitches column indicates the total number of stitches for all techniques. After completing the current round, let's start with crocheting the flower core. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. After completing it, crochet bauble on top, then move on to crocheting the petals. Next, crochet the calyx and leaves. Finally, assemble it with the stem. The stitch techniques used include X single crochet, V single crochet increase, slip stitch, and chain stitch. Now, please watch as I demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a beginning stitch. The starting point in the chart is Mr. The starting method is the adjustable magic ring. Begin with an adjustable magic ring. The cast on is now complete. Next, crochet the first round. R1 is 6x. The number before indicates how many stitches to make, so you will crochet that many single crochets. Here it means to work the single crochets into the magic ring loop. Crochet 6 single crochets into the magic ring. Start with 1 chain stitch. This chain stitch serves as the turning chain for the single crochet. The turning chain is not marked in the chart. When crocheting in rounds, you need to make a turning chain at the beginning of each round. The turning chain for single crochet doesn't count as one stitch. Then, pick up the loop and crochet 6 single crochets into the magic ring. After that, close the magic ring, pulling it tight as much as possible. This secures the ring nicely. Next, work into the first single crochet stitch of this round. Finish with a slip stitch. If you can't tell where the very first stitch is, count the stitches from back to front. It's this large loop. The joining slip stitch does not count as a stitch. You need to pull it tight to avoid adding extra stitches later. The slip stitch is not indicated in the chart. When crocheting in rounds, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and pull it tight. This completes the first round. We will use the clearer texture side as the right side. Now, move on to the second round. R2 is 6V. The number before the V indicates how many consecutive single crochet increases to make. Here it means to work 6 consecutive single crochet increases. This means you will work 6 single crochet increases in a row. Start with 1 chain as your beginning chain. Let me emphasize this again. When crocheting in rounds, always start with a beginning chain. This will not be repeated in subsequent instructions. In the first single crochet stitch of the previous round, work 1 single crochet increase. That is, work 2 single crochets in the same stitch where you made the slip stitch. Work 2 single crochets in the insertion point of the slip stitch. As you crochet, place the starting tail above the hook. Weave in the ends as you go along. 1, 2. Single crochet increase completed. Continue with a single crochet increase in the next stitch on the left. You need to work 6 single crochet increases in this round. For the remaining 4 increases, work 2 single crochets in each stitch. After completing the last single crochet increase, check the stitch count. The total number of stitches for each round is indicated in the corresponding table. This will not be repeated in subsequent instructions. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Be sure to pay attention. At the end of each round, you need to join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Directly cut off the extra yarn tail from the starting chain. The second round is now completed. Continue with the third round. For round 3, work X, V, 6 times. The parentheses indicate that these are worked as one group. Times number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. First, make 1 single crochet. Then, make 1 single crochet increase. X, V, is now completed. Let me demonstrate this again. First, make 1 single crochet. Then, make 1 single crochet increase. This is the second time. For this round, repeat X, V, 6 times. The remaining 4 times, work 1 single crochet each. Use the method to make 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. The third round is now completed. You can take a look. The right side of the piece has clear texture. The wrong side has blurry texture. When crocheting, always keep the right side facing you. For the fourth and fifth rounds, follow the pattern chart. I have already completed them here. Now let's work on the sixth round. BLO stands for back loop only. Each stitch has these 2 strands of yarn. The strand closer to you is called the front loop. The strand farther from you is called the back loop. For this round, we will be working into the back loops only. Follow the stitch pattern in the chart to complete it. This completes the 6th round. For the remaining rounds of the flower core, the stitch techniques have all been demonstrated in detail previously. The meaning of the increases and decreases explanation is similar to before. Just follow the stitch pattern order in the table and crochet accordingly. Note that the last round is worked evenly with single crochets, meaning 1 stitch for each stitch. The total number of stitches will be the same as the previous round. When crocheting, don't forget the beginning chain and slip stitch. Continue using the method learned earlier, and refer to the chart to complete the remaining rounds of the flower core. I have already completed it here. Finish with 1 chain stitch to secure. Leave a 10 cm tail and cut the yarn. That concludes the flower core. Next, we will crochet the bauble. Take the yarn. Locate the remaining half stitch from the 5th round. We will start by joining the yarn at the first stitch. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through directly. The yarn is now joined. In the chart, the parentheses indicate stitches worked in the same position. Directly make one slip stitch in an adjacent position on the left side. Do not tighten. Then chain 3. Make one slip stitch. This slip stitch goes into the same position as the previous slip stitch. Complete the stitches within the parentheses. Next, skip one stitch on the left side. This completes one group of stitches. Then, in the next stitch, make 2 slip stitches. Chain 3 as a connection in between. Then skip one stitch on the left side. This completes the second group of stitches. Continue to crochet the entire round following this demonstration. The final skipped stitch is the joining position for the yarn. After completing this round, pick up the joining position, and join with a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Now, let's move on to the second round. Chain 1 as a transition. Then pick up the remaining half double crochets from the 6th round. Start by picking up the first stitch, and crocheting 2 slip stitches. Chain 3 as a connection in between. Skip one stitch on the left side. This completes one group of stitches. Continue to crochet the entire round following this demonstration. After completing the second round, join with a slip stitch at the position of the first stitch. This completes the second round. Next, let's move on to the third round. Start with one chain stitch as a transition. Then follow the demonstration from the second round. Refer to the chart, and crochet the entire round. Finally, join with a slip stitch. This completes the third round. For the fourth round, just follow the chart for crocheting. After completing it, cut the yarn and weave in the ends. That concludes the crochet method for the bauble. Now let's crochet the petals. Find the remaining half stitch from the 9th round. Insert the hook into the position of the first stitch. Join the yarn. On the left side, make 2 slip stitches in a row. Do not pull too tight. Then crochet 8 chain stitches. Next, starting from the second to last chain stitch, pick up the top loop of the chains and crochet 7 single crochets in sequence. After completing it, skip 1 stitch below. From the adjacent stitch, make 5 slip stitches in sequence. Then crochet 8 chain stitches. Starting from the second to last chain stitch, crochet 7 single crochets in sequence. Skip 1 stitch below. We consider this group of 5 slip stitches to the current skipped stitch as one group of stitches. Following that, repeat this group of stitches. Follow the chart instructions, and continue crocheting until you reach just before the end. After completing, crochet 2 slip stitches on the left side. Finally, join with a slip stitch at the joining position. This slip stitch can be not too tight, making it convenient for the slip stitch at the end of the next round. This completes the first round of the first layer of petals. We will consider this as the stem. Now let's crochet the second round. At the insertion point of the last single crochet, on the left side of the stem, crochet 1 single crochet. That is, pick up the remaining 2 strands of the chain and crochet. Note that you need to add wire here. Take out the wire and leave a tail of 1.5 centimeters. After completing the single crochet, bend the reserved wire. Then wrap it together, and continue crocheting. Continue picking up the remaining 2 strands on the left side of the chain, and crochet 1/2 double crochet. Three double crochets. And 1/2 double crochet. Make 1 single crochet. This will secure the starting wire in place. Then pick up the left point, and make 1 single crochet. Be careful not to insert into the stitch of the single crochet on the left side. After completing, make 1 chain stitch. Then pick up the front loop of the single crochet and the left strand. And make 1 slip stitch. Next, rotate the piece. Pick up the stitches of the single crochets, and make 1 single crochet in each. Make 1/2 double crochet. Make 3 double crochets. Make 1/2 double crochet. Make 1 single crochet. We will consider from the first single crochet to this last single crochet as 1 petal. Then skip 2 slip stitches on the left side. Make 1 slip stitch in the third slip stitch. After completing, make 1 petal on the left stem. Tidy up the petal. Make sure the fabric piece is flat. After completing, make 1 slip stitch in the middle of these 5 slip stitches. Next, make 1 petal on each stem. Connect between petals with 1 slip stitch. When the last petal is almost done, leave a 1/5 cm tail of wire and cut off. Bend it slightly. Wrap and crochet together. When making the last single crochet, insert into this bent area. This way, the position of the wire is also secured. Make 1 slip stitch at the location where you joined with a slip stitch in the previous round. Finally, make 1 chain stitch to secure. Cut the yarn and weave in the end. This completes the first layer of petals. Now let's move on to the second layer of petals. Pick up the stitches from the 10th round and crochet. Insert the hook into the last stitch of the 10th round to join the yarn. Then make 10 chain stitches. Starting from the second to last stitch, make 9 single crochets. Below, skip 1 stitch, and make 5 slip stitches. Continue with the previously described crocheting method. Refer to the chart for crocheting. After completing the last 4 slip stitches, pick up the joining position, and connect with a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Move on to crochet the second round. The method is similar to the first layer of petals, but with a different number of double crochets. Follow the chart to complete this round. Finally, pick up the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. The second round is complete. Cut the yarn and weave in the ends. This completes the crocheting method for the second layer of petals. Next, let's learn how to crochet the calyx. The stitch techniques have been demonstrated before. Note that the first round is the same as the first round of the tulip petals. Do not tighten the center of the piece for now, making it easier to assemble later. Also, the second and third rounds have fewer stitches, so you need to turn the right side out. Follow the chart and crochet all the way to the second to last round. I have already completed this part in advance. Now let's crochet the final round. Flow stands for front loop only. For this round, pick up the front loops only and crochet. No need to make a beginning chain. Start by picking up the front loop of the first stitch, and make 1 slip stitch. Then crochet 1 chain stitch. Skip 1 stitch. Crochet 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Make a picket of 3 chain stitches. First, crochet 3 chain stitches. Then pick up the front loop of the double crochet, and 1 strand of yarn from the left side, and make 1 slip stitch. Next, pick up the insertion point of the double crochet, and crochet 2 more double crochets. This completes 1 group of stitches. Follow this method, and refer to the chart to finish this round. After completing the last double crochet, join with a slip stitch into the first stitch. Leave a 50 cm yarn tail for sewing. This concludes the calyx. Set it aside for later use. Now let's move on to crocheting the leaves. Start with a chain stitch. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used include treble crochet and treble crochet increase. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn. Begin with a chain stitch. Then crochet the first round. Make one beginning chain. Pick up one strand on the top of the chain from the second to last stitch. Work one single crochet. One half double crochet. One double crochet. One treble crochet. The crocheting method is to yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the adjacent position, then draw through. This way, there are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops in sequence. Repeat 3 times. This completes 1 treble crochet. On the left side, continue to work 10 treble crochets in sequence. After completing, work 2 double crochets. Two half double crochets. One single crochet. Then work 3 single crochets into the last chain stitch. Rotate the piece. Pick up the other 2 strands of the chain and work 1 single crochet. Mind that the hook does not insert into the same position for these 3 stitches. Work 2 half double crochets. Then work the same stitch pattern as on this side. Continue working until there is 1 stitch remaining. After completing, work 2 single crochets into the last stitch. Join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Now, let's work the second round. Make 1 beginning chain. Everyone, follow the chart and crochet up to just before the treble crochet increase. Note that this round needs to be crocheted while wrapping wire. Start by reserving 5 centimeters of wire. After completing, the next stitch is a treble crochet increase. The method is to work 2 treble crochets into the same position. This completes the treble crochet increase. For the rest, just follow the chart to crochet the corresponding stitches. This completes the second round. Then, reserve a 10 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. Reserve 5 cm of wire and cut. This completes the leaf. Next, we will assemble. First, take out the calyx. Then insert the flower stem into the center of the calyx. Tighten the center of the calyx. Take another piece of yarn in the calyx color. Wrap and secure the bottom of the calyx with this yarn. After wrapping for a certain distance, take out the leaf to attach it. After wrapping for a certain distance, secure the end with glue. Trim off any excess yarn tails. Leave a little at the bottom of the flower stem and cut it. Once completed, thread the needle with the reserved yarn from the calyx. Sew together the remaining front loop of the calyx, and the last round of the flower core. Just before finishing, stuff a small amount of fiberfill inside. Then continue sewing. Upon completion, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Make sure to hide several ends well. Tidy up a bit. And that's how you assemble one sunflower. Complete the remaining sunflowers in the same way. That concludes the installation method for the sunflowers. Next, let's learn how to make the little bee. It is divided into the main body, wings, eyes, and antennae. The main body starts with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. You will need to change colors midway. The new stitch technique used is the single crochet 2 stitches together. Please watch the demonstration. Follow the chart instructions and crochet all the way to the second to last single crochet of the 4th round. Since the 5th round starts with a color change, the last stitch of the 4th round should be an incomplete single crochet. Insert the hook, yarn over and draw the yarn through. This completes the incomplete single crochet. Next, take the yarn for the following round. Directly hook out the yarn. This completes the single crochet. The color change is also complete. Then join with a slip stitch using the new yarn. Weave in the ends of both the original yarn and the joining yarn. This completes the 4th round. For the 5th and 6th rounds, use the new yarn to work single crochets evenly. Leave the original yarn here without crocheting for now. Note that the last stitch of the 6th round requires a color change. For the 7th and 8th rounds, crochet with the original yarn. Leave the new yarn here without crocheting for now. The last stitch of the 8th round also requires a color change. After completing, leave a 10 cm tail of the original yarn and cut it off. The 9th round is also worked evenly without increasing or decreasing. Now, let's crochet the 10th round. Start with 1 single crochet. Then, work a single crochet 2 stitches together. Insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch on the left side. Then insert the hook into the front loop of the adjacent stitch on the left. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. 2 loops remain. Yarn over again, and draw through once. The single crochet 2 stitches together is completed. This method of decreasing by only working into the front loops is called an invisible decrease. Using this technique for crocheting, the gaps between stitches are smaller. The fabric turns out more delicate overall. This completes one group within the parentheses. Following this group's demonstration, continue to crochet around this circle. Finally, join with a slip stitch. Take a small amount of fiberfill and stuff it in. Then, let's crochet the final round. This round consists entirely of single crochet decreases. Leave a 20 cm yarn tail. Thread it through a darning needle. Pass the needle through the front loops of each stitch. Pull tight to close the opening. This completes the closure. The main body is now finished. Next, we will crochet the wings. Take out the yarn. Make an adjustable magic ring. Work one chain to begin. Crochet one single crochet into the ring. 1/2 double crochet. 1 double crochet. 1 treble crochet. Then crochet treble crochets in a symmetrical pattern on the right side. Finally, make one slip stitch into the ring. Tighten the center of the piece. Leave a 30 cm yarn tail for sewing. Repeat this process to crochet another wing. Next, we'll make the antennae. Cut a 4-5 cm piece of wire and a 30 cm strand of yarn for the antenna. Separate 2 strands. Wrap them around the wire. Start by applying a little glue to secure. Once done, bend one end of the wire about 0.4 centimeters. This completes one antenna. Repeat this process to make another one. Next, we'll attach them. Take out the main body and the wings. Thread the needle with the tail left from the wings. Locate the 2 stitches in the middle of the 7th round. Count 2 stitches on either side of the slip stitch marks. Sew one wing on each side of these 2 stitches. Once done, take out the antennae. Attach it to the front of the wings. On the stitches of the 4th round. Leave 2.5 centimeters exposed on the outside. Apply glue to the remaining part, and insert it into the main body. Wait for the glue to dry completely. Then gently pinch the antennae to give them a slight curve. Next, take out the pre-made eyes and attach them to the 2nd round in front of the antennae. This completes one little bee. Everyone, repeat this process to complete the remaining little bees.